Hi, Sergio. My name is Mike Jasnau. We're going to do a video analysis. Have you seen yourself bowl before?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. And you have a very nice game. There'll be little things we're going to work on. Okay. Overall, excellent, excellent game. Great finishing position. Really like that. Very loose and relaxed. That's important. Okay. As we slow the video down, there will be a couple things I'm going to have you work on. Okay. All right. So let's go into overall motion here. In the stance, your stance is fine, no issue. Okay. Like the position. Usually with a 5-step approach, you want to hold the ball steady through the first step. I'm going to compare you, and we'll end up using different pros as we do this, but let's start with somebody, we'll use somebody like a Rick Steelsmith first. Let's pull him up here. So very similar stance. Okay. If we watch with Rick, his first step is very short. Okay. Arm doesn't move on step 1. With you, you start to move the ball out with that first step. So you also have a nice short first step, which I very much like. Look at the difference of where your elbow is already compared to his. Okay? Now, when you push early, one of two things has to happen. You either have to, the ball will come down early, which makes your feet go really, really fast, or your body will use extra muscle to do something with the arm so the ball doesn't come down early. Okay? Let's go to the push right on the right. Arm goes out with step 2. End of the step, elbow at the front of the side, the ball right about belt level. Okay? On your next step, you tend to push out far so you kind of lock the elbow. Okay, so you're pushing out. With the ball at the same height, you can see how you're reaching out further than he is. Okay? At the end of the step, that ball comes down to almost your knee. Okay? Now, I would say for your height backswing, you're getting the ball in the swing a little bit early. Mainly because you push early. If we go back a couple tenths of a second and we take away the early push away, well, you'd be right about belt level. Okay? Now, at this point here, your body is very smart. You're a good enough bowler that you're going to end up in time. 2 ways to catch up. Either quick feet or manipulate your arm more with muscle to slow your arm down. Okay? Let's see what happens. On the next step, he's going to be right about hip high. Now, he has an overhead high backswing. That's why he's higher here. On your next step, okay, just below the hip. And notice that step's a little bit short on you. Okay? Pretty close to ball position. Okay? No big difference there. His ball's about a ball higher, or a half a ball higher. Top of the backswing at the end of step 4. Top of the backswing at the end of step 4. Okay? So, and almost the same height backswing if we look at the angle of the arm. Okay, very similar. Now, almost the same height backswing, your ball speed is about a half a mile an hour slower than his is with the same height backswing. Okay? Now, at the finish, we want to see the foot stop right as the ball gets to it. So foot stops, ball comes through, very nice body position. I think we'll see the same thing with you. Foot should stop right as the ball passes it, and a very nice body position. Okay? Let's compare you to another one of the pros here. I'm going to get you back to your second step. And I'm going to compare you to Brian Voss. Now, Brian Voss fights being a little bit early in his swing. And you're going to see a very similar position on step 2. Okay? In fact, your ball might be just a little bit lower than his even. Right? We draw a line back from the center of the ball. Draw a line back from the center of the ball. Well, pretty close, just above the knee. Okay? On his next step, ball is just about hip high. On your next step, the ball's not up quite as far. At the end of the next step, top of the backswing with Brian, top of the backswing with you. And notice your backswing is a little bit higher than his is. He also has a little bit higher ball speed than you. Okay? At the finish, almost identical. foot stomps, ball comes through, very good body position, same as you. That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Brian catches up with quick feet. Watch in real-time motion and watch how quick step 4 happens. See, very quick. That's how he catches up to being early. Okay. If we watch your footwork in comparison to that, okay, notice you're a little bit quicker at the start, but then your step 4 isn't quite as quick. Okay? So I think your body's catching up by using a little bit more muscle. Okay? You're both ending up in time. Okay? So what I would do with you, and especially to generate more ball speed, I would start you back just a few more inches. Okay? And what we're going to work on today is holding that ball more steady through the first step. You have quite a bit of push-away motion on that first step. Okay? I would like to see your ball more about that height after step 2 instead of being down to there. Yep. Yep. So elbow at the front of the side, right about to there, but the ball more about to here. Okay? And you don't really have to lock that arm out as you push. Now, a lot of people think you need a straight arm in the push to have a straight arm in the swing. If the arm is relaxed, the way the ball straightens your arm out for you as it falls. Okay? So if we look at another one of the pros here, David Ogier, one of the freest swings ever.
I really like it.
Yeah. At the end of his second step, forward a little bit. So right as he's done with that step, ball's a little bit higher than yours. You can see his arm's not locked. Even when I get your ball up higher, see how your arm is locked. Okay? But we're going to say, when you push early, your body's smart. You went further out to take up some time. None of that's conscious on your part. Your body figures that out. Okay? Okay? See your ball position there. That's a good ball and a half lower than his. On the next step, it's going to be pretty close to the same. It got a lot closer. He's letting his ball swing a little bit freer, and his third step was a little bit bigger. If we move you back, you can lengthen some of those steps out, help generate more momentum with your whole body. Okay? I'm going to show you an example of a good way to adjust ball speed without trying to throw hard. I'm going to use Pete Weber.